You got it, girl, you got it. Wanna go trips that you plan for the next whole week. Been so long for niggas so cheap and flex so deep, sex so deep.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisette if this is your first time tuning in, and today we're going to be doing my makeup. I gave my skin a little break this past week just to kind of get itself together, also because I've been kind of low-key lazy and just like doing other things. But regardless, my skin is in pretty good shape right now, so I'm really excited to kind of play around with some makeup. So as usual, I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a good couple more hours of sunlight, and like I said, my skin is looking right and I don't got nothing to do, so we're gonna play with makeup today. So yeah, if you guys want to see what I create, then make sure to keep on watching. Okay, so I already prepped my skin with a little bit of serum, a little bit of moisturizer. I did put on a little bit of eye cream. I primed my face. I used my little face razor, so we're pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna get right into I'm actually not gonna record my skin part. We're just gonna focus on the eyes today, so I don't think it's gonna be like hella crucial for me to show you guys my complexion products. All right, you guys, so I have my complexion products on. I love how it came out today. I remember this trick I learned recently where you actually use a darker kind of like bronzy color and you use it right above where you put your contour, and then you go in with a lighter shade, whichever one you want, obviously on the top part of your cheek, and it kind of just gives the highlight a little bit more dimension. And I feel like just that little extra step I took really made a huge difference in the way my skin looks. I just wanted to show you guys. So now that I have everything ready to go on my face, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm gonna be taking my bedhead hard head mohawk gel, and I'm gonna be applying a little bit of this to the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna be taking my spoolie. I have not washed this for a while, so it's a little sticky from the last time I did this, but hopefully it'll be okay. But I basically kind of just like dab my spoolie in the product, and I kind of just twist it around so it gets as evenly coated as I can get it. And then this is new, I haven't been doing this for very long, but I kind of just brush my hairs up with that, up towards the front of my brow, and then once I get over here towards the tail, I kind of just make the hairs go outwards. And then I put just a little bit of pressure so that way my brow hairs can really lay flat. But this is something I've actually been obsessed with doing lately. I try not to go, how do I say it? Like, I try not to actually touch my brows too many times. I kind of just try to get it right in as little steps as I can, because I noticed when I do my complexion products first, and then I do this, the product can kind of start building up. See how you can kind of see little like crumbs of like powder? So it's okay. I mean, it does kind of go away once we apply the brow pencil, but I try to avoid that. I try to just get it done in as little steps as I can. Once we get that kind of combed through, I like to let that set for a few minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and once I do my other brow, I'm just gonna move on to my eyes, and then we'll come back to the brows once we're done. And this gel has actually been sitting in my stuff for a very long time. Obviously it's not every day you need a freaking mohawk gel or just, you know, a gel that's strong, so I have not used this at all, but it came in clutch for like this technique, because for one, I didn't have to go out and buy a brow gel to get the fluffy brow effect, but also I didn't have to let my gel go to waste, so that was pretty clutch. Okay, well, it looks like my brows are gonna be cousins and not sisters, so all right, it's cool. I'm always using my James Charles palette, which I by choice use it almost every single time I do a color look, but just to kind of switch it up because I've already done I just feel like I just use it so much. I want to do something different, so I'm gonna use my Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I really like this purple. I really want to use that. You know what, I'm gonna pick 2 colors and I'm literally gonna flip a coin because I can never decide what the fuck I want to do. But like, I try to do different things every time I get the opportunity to make a video, so I'm literally gonna, I have a quarter right here, I'm literally gonna flip. We could do, you know what, I'm not even gonna do that. I know what I want to do. My bad, you guys, I'm so indecisive all the time. But I think I'm gonna do a little bit of pinks and orange and yellow, maybe even some green. I think just everything on this side, since I already kind of did the colors recently that are on this side, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna wing it and just see what happens. Good thing I'm wearing black, because whatever the fuck it is that I decide to do, it's gonna look really bomb and like pop since I'm wearing a black shirt. I don't know why I want to go in with this one too. Okay, so a combination of red and then that purple shade. I'm gonna show you guys one more time because I'm not too sure if you guys got a good look at what I was doing. So I went in with the red right here and then this corner purple shade. I don't know, I just had to. So what I'm wanting to do is, I think I want to focus this. I'm gonna start off by like tapping it so I can get the most of the color, but I think I'm gonna apply this throughout my crease. For the most part, this is looking kind of like a plummy kind of color. I don't know if you guys would be interested in me mentioning the brushes I'm using. Sometimes when I watch videos, I'm kind of just like, I don't really like care for the brushes because I feel like I already have a pretty good variety of brushes at home. So I don't really feel like I necessarily like need to know what the brushes are. But I do appreciate when people do mention them, just because, you know, maybe if you see a brush that they're using that just looks really unique or something, you know, you might want to get it yourself. So let me know if that's something worth mentioning to you guys, just in case. This is the E25 brush by Sigma. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, because sometimes, like I said, me personally, I don't really care, but you know, maybe that is something I should start mentioning more often. But you guys let me know. I'm gonna take this one right here. Hopefully this brush, it looks like I used like some kind of dark color in it, and my color switch shouldn't really take that out, so I'm hoping this doesn't come out any other color but yellow. But I'm gonna apply this just on top of the pink. That's what I like about kind of just like playing with colors, is that sometimes you'll be, you know, you'll have a vision and it'll turn into something hella like not what you were imagining, but you'll still like it a lot. That's what I love about colors. I love neutral colors too, but I feel like colors are just so fun. Like, you know, you could really just pick up random colors, and as long as you blend it out, you kind of got a concept going, you know. I feel like you just cannot go wrong. Well, you probably could go wrong. I take that back, because I was watching I forgot her name, but there's this girl, I don't know if she's a makeup artist herself, but I think she lives in like Brazil, but her whole channel is like going to the worst reviewed or best reviewed makeup artist, or like having them create this type of style makeup, this type of style, and that's pretty much what her whole channel is about. And sometimes she'll be like asking for like really bold, like colorful like looks, and sometimes they just be looking hella crazy and just like not right. So maybe I think it, no, you know what, let me rephrase that. I think it just depends on the technique you use. There we go. Because if it's not like a very, how do I say it, like if you didn't really put a whole lot of time into it, I feel like it can easily look like not that good, but like I said, I think if you stay really consistent with it, you know what I mean, you kind of have a little bit of a concept. I feel like you can make any colors look good. The same with like brands too. Like I feel like you don't necessarily have to spend, you know, all of your coin on like super high-end makeup. As great as high-end makeup is, there's so many brands that just have like you know, that are really just like stepping up their formulas and stuff, and I feel like it kind of just depends on like how you use them, that, you know, that like determines like the look, you know what I mean? Like if you really know what you're doing, I feel like you can really make any palette work or any, you know, like I said, maybe with the exception of just like certain formulas not mixing with each other, but for the most part I don't think it really matters like the price of what it is, because I think if you know what I mean, you can, and even if that means you're not using that same like what the product is actually designed for what it's designed for, if that makes sense. Like if you're not using it, let's say you know, like this eyeshadow palette, obviously it's an eyeshadow palette, but let's say I don't like it as an eyeshadow palette, so I use it for contouring or something, or you know what I mean, just I feel like you kind of just gotta be creative and like play around with stuff, and sometimes you might even be able to find that something that you're using works better as something else, you know what I mean? Kind of like how I use the hair gel for my eyebrows, you know, it's still hair, but I'm not putting it in the place where it was designed to be used, but it still works bomb. And maybe somebody who's using it on their hair is like, nah, this is trash, like I don't like it, you know, it's not doing what I need to do. I think it's just a matter of like being creative and using your imagination, if you will. I'm just like ranting. I don't even know what the fuck I be talking about half the time, but you know, I just be in the zone, you know what I mean? This is how I feel like I am when I, you know, when you're doing somebody's makeup and you're just chopping it up. Like sometimes, I remember I used to, at my old job, I would actually do like makeup on people, and sometimes like I would be a little nervous because I'm like, sometimes I feel like I can get a little awkward. Like I'm an Aquarius, so I feel like I'm naturally very friendly, you know, I can pretty much have a conversation about anything, but sometimes I feel like I can also get really awkward. So obviously I'm sitting with a stranger, so I want them to feel comfortable, you know what I mean? I want them to come back and work with me or ask for me. So, you know, I try to be really nice to them, you know, I try to make them feel as comfortable as I can. And, you know, sometimes we'll just be kind of just chopping it up. Like, I'll just let the conversation kind of just flow, you know what I mean? You know, just so we can kind of have a cool experience as I'm like working. And sometimes we would get to talking about the most random things, but we would just like be making like random like connections with each other. But in the moment I just be like, like, you know, like whatever the conversation, wherever it goes, I'm just kind of like, as long as you're having a good time, then that's cool with me. Because I mean, it's not that I'm not like listening, like I do contribute to the conversation, but even sometimes I'm kind of just like, how did we get on this topic? Like I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's kind of just like, I gotta really multitask, because obviously if you're too deep in it, then you're not really working, kind of like I am now. That's just how it be sometimes. Or at least if you're like me, which I'm one of those people where like I kind of either gotta talk more than I'm working, or work more than I'm talking, and kind of, you know. So I don't know, that's something I gotta work on, because I freaking suck at multitasking. So that's pretty much blended out pretty nicely. I think if anything, I'm just gonna go in with, before I actually add more product, I'm going back in with that first brush that I applied the red and the purple with, and I'm trying to apply a little bit more just to kind of deepen it up, because I noticed this side, it does look a lot deeper than this one. So like I said, without picking up more product, I'm just going to use whatever's left in the brush to kind of just get that to look as close to one another as I can get them. Alright, so I think we picked up a little bit more red. I'm gonna just leave it at that because it doesn't look too obvious. I think I'm just being a little too picky. I'm just gonna leave that at that. Kind of just cleaning off one of my brushes. This is actually the brush I used to do my cream contour, so it still has a little bit of product in it. Good. So I'm gonna take this flat concealer brush, grab a little bit of concealer, and I'm gonna start cutting my lid. Something is telling me to do that. I still want to add a little bit of color to the bottom, but I think I want to go ahead and just start on the cut crease since this part kind of takes me a little bit. So I'm using my Frankie Rose concealer in Angelique. This is the concealer I'm using right now. So you guys are gonna probably see her pretty often for the next few weeks. But what I like to do is I kind of just brush off whatever product is on the little applicator. I don't really like to just go straight in with it. I don't know why, that's just me. You can, obviously, but... So I'm gonna take a little bit, apply it to the bottom, look up. Okay, that really didn't do a whole lot. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so pretty much where it left that little mark is where I'm gonna start my cut crease. I'm turning you guys a little bit so you guys can get a better look. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna kind of just pat out this edge with my finger and then just go in with a little bit more of that red and purple shade to kind of give it that little gradient effect. But I kind of like the shape that I have right here, so I'm not gonna try not to get too carried away with it. Sometimes when I'm like, I take too much time, I just start doing too much. So I'm just gonna tap that edge out a little bit. And then I'm gonna leave that right there for now. So just gonna grab a little bit more concealer for this side. Tried to get them as even as I could, but without, like I said, getting too carried away. Since I have not actually used this for a while, this concealer for eyeshadow, I don't really remember if it's gonna crease super crazy, so I want to go ahead and throw on a shade on top of that before it gets the chance to start creasing. I'm actually gonna take this yellow right here. Why not go with a little bit of the darker shade? This was the yellow I used the first time, so I'm just gonna do this one just because. And I'm taking a flat brush. This is the Sigma E54, and I'm gonna apply that on the inner corner. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So now that I laid down that yellow, I think I'm gonna go in with, it's not technically a shimmer, but the second pink right here, it's not matte, so I feel like it would look really pretty in the middle right here. So I'm gonna focus this just in the middle of that cut crease. I'm really satisfied with doing this. Like, I feel like, you know, when you just like take a break from doing your makeup, or maybe you just haven't gotten the chance, you know what I mean? It feels so good to just do it again and not be rushed and just play around, try new things. So far so good. All right, so now for the outer little corner, I'm just gonna go back in with those two shades I used in the crease when we started. So I'm gonna go in with that purple shade, a mixture of the purple shade and the red shade. I think I'm gonna use the other side of this brush. So I'm keeping the purple and the red kind of in the corner. So I'm just kind of tapping it on the outer corner of my eyelid and then like slightly in the crease. And then once you kind of lay down the color, you can start kind of like buffing it in, kind of like around your crease. A little bit of color kind of came down here, but it's okay because I'm gonna put some color on the bottom once we're done. A little bit of the lighter yellow that I used first, and I'm kind of putting some more above my crease. There's always one side that comes out way better than the other, and this one is that one today. I like how this side came out, and I feel like this one doesn't look bad, but this one I feel like just looks hella better. So I'm gonna take a little bit of just the red shade and put it in my crease, just on the outer corner. Okay, I think I like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I think I like that. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the bottom eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take this orange color, and then I'm taking the same flat brush I used for the top colors, and I'm gonna apply it to my bottom lash line. Okay, so now that I have that on both sides, yeah, I'm gonna use the red color, and then I'm gonna go over on top, but just kind of keep it like right here, basically on like the outer corner. So I'm going to take my fluffy brush and I'm going to dip it in the orange and kind of just go over what we did. Okay, so that's how it's looking so far. So I think I like it. The only thing is I feel like it needs the glitter. So I'm going to try to find something and then I will update you guys when I find something. I'm going to take my Morphe 39S. And I'm thinking of using this kind of sparkly pink It's almost kind of like the pink that I used, but just like in a more sparkly kind of shadow. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and put it on top of that pink shade and kind of see how it looks. And then I'm putting it on top of the pink, but I'm kind of almost focusing it a little bit more towards the darker color. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Oh my god, that looks so cute. Okay, I got a little carried away and it kind of got a little bit above the cut crease line, but that's okay. I'm not even gonna try to fix it, honestly, because it's not really too noticeable. But yeah, I'm glad I actually put that there. I feel like that makes it look a lot better. So now that I pretty much laid that color down, I think I'm gonna just move on to my brow highlight and then my inner corner. Actually, I want to add a little bit of the purple, just the purple itself that I used earlier. And I feel like this needs more depth on the bottom, because I feel like when I use like orangey red or like pink tones and I only stick to those and I don't add like a brown or something darker, I feel like it kind of reminds me of like when you're sick and like your eyes turn kind of red. So I want to add a little like darker of a shade. So I'm gonna apply that really close to my lash line and kind of just in the outer edge. See how that kind of already made like a huge difference? Contemplating if I think I want to add a little bit of a liner. Hopefully I don't get too carried away. I think I'll just do like a simple liner at first, and then if I want to do a wing, then I'll do a wing after. Oh my god, I almost forgot the freaking highlight, the inner corner highlight and the brow highlight. So I'm actually, my bad, before I do eyeliner, we're gonna do that. I think I'm actually gonna move you guys because I want to hurry up and like move my stuff so I can be like settled and like finished, because I don't have too much longer before the sun goes completely down. So BRB. Okay you guys, so hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing again. Like I said, the sun is going down and it was getting a little dark on that side of the room, so sorry for the switch of lighting. I think I'm going to take this middle gold shade and I'm gonna apply that right in my inner corner. I really love these glittery shadows in this palette. I feel like the more sparkly ones, they're a little sheer, but they look really pretty like on top of shadows. I think you could even use this if you were in the mood for like kind of like a little bit more of like a chunky, like sparkly kind of highlight. I feel like that would be really pretty. Or even like on your body if you're doing like a photo shoot. I think that would look really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyeliner. Which one is this? Oh, the 54 Coconut Matte eyeliner. I'm gonna use a little bit of this on the bottom. Moving on, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my eyebrows. So I'm going in with Morphe Chippy. For some reason, I always like to go in with something a little bit darker once I apply Chippy. Chippy's actually a really nice color, but I don't know why. I just feel like I always need something a little bit darker around this. So I'm going back in again with my MAC lip liner in Chestnut. make these rodeo chunky pencils. They're called suede lips, but these feel really nice, and they actually apply really well. This is in the color Calabasas, so you know, kind of just like a basic like nudie pink. And I'm just gonna color on, well, in the middle. As usual, I'm gonna be going in with my favorite lip gloss. This is the Dominique Cosmetics lip gloss in Lemonade. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go in with just a very simple basic line. Alright, you guys, so I went ahead and put on my lashes. And this is the final look. Let's see if I can give you guys a little bit of better lighting. Alright, well, this is the final look. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, or if you tried this out, make sure to like this video, comment, and let me know. And if this was your first time tuning into my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that way you guys know when my videos go up. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next video.